back to Celebrity Big Brother and the 6th live eviction. I'm joined by our newest evictee, Kavana! It's quite funny, but everyone that comes out seems really happy.
Oh, my God. You know what? I've never experienced anything like that in my entire life. I couldn't have even imagined anything so twisted, weird, dark, freak show, night and day. And that's including me at times.
Even though it's been weird and twisted, it's the first time you face a public vote tonight.
Right.
So are you gutted to be out? It's only 2 days to the final.
I know. Well, you know, I was discussing this with Callum before, and I think because we've made a month, and there's clearly people that really, really, really want to win.
Who?
Michelle definitely.
We know Michelle. She
definitely
talks
wants
quite
to win.
openly about
Yeah,
it.
she definitely wants to win, and so she should, because she's an amazing person. Perez, I thought, did, but he said this morning he swore on his son's life that he didn't, so we have to kind of go with that he doesn't. But he's surely made a big game of it, the whole thing. Callum, obviously. Yeah.
Does he? You may want him to, but does he want to? Do you think?
He said tonight, because I've been saying all day, I think I'm going tonight, and he said, I wish I was in your shoes. Mainly because it's so close now, and I think once you start packing your suitcase, you unpack it again, and it's just, you get in that mode of, I'm leaving, which is why I think tonight it was like, I knew I was going today. I had a feeling.
Let's talk about the series then. As you said, it's been weird and twisted. It's been pretty explosive as well. There has been a hell of a lot of arguments, or at least what we've seen.
Right.
You seem to keep out of most of it. Was that on purpose?
Well, I mean, we've been getting a little bit of feedback here and there from Twitter, and we did this thing today. I don't know if we're allowed to speak about it, but
you did, just for everybody that knows, today there was a task. Eamon Holmes came in, and it was a what's been happening, basically.
so we had, like...
but we haven't seen it yet,
Right,
no.
so we got information on the outside of how it's been seen. Apparently I've been quite boring. I've had a ball. All I've done is laugh most of the time. I know then there's been moments where I've turned into an over-the-top gay pig with drinks and poor Keith Cheggers. They showed that clip today, which was really nice to see. But can I just say as well, I'm not just saying this because everyone knows I do like a drink. You all saw another show that I was in. But I can't drink vodka, right? It turns me into the devil.
Right.
And most nights they supplied vodka only. So, just saying that. No excuse, but...
OK.
this is why I now have a nice paunch.
It was a controversial house, and there were some extremely strong characters in there. Was it hard to make yourself heard then? You know, if the feedback is from the public that you were very quiet.
You know what? It's a case of banging your head against a brick wall. You have an opinion, you want to say something, immediately you go and say something, somebody else takes the limelight, and your nerves are just thrown. It was the Perez show. You know, he made it that way, night and day.
Did you want to be in the spotlight? I mean, was it a case that you wanted to go on Big Brother to relaunch a career or to, make an impression, or did you just go in to...
Well, I went in because I got a nice paycheck, number one, I'll be honest. And, you know, I didn't realise it was going to be like that. You just kind of end up... I mean, I'm quite an outspoken person. I like to think that, you know, my friends would say I'm quite entertaining. In there, you just can't get a word in edgeways. You just can't. I mean, he literally dominated from the minute he wakes up, 8 o'clock in the morning, ding, he's on, till 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, he is pretty full on.
I mean, it was like listen, it was like a lunatic asylum at one point. I remember sat on the kitchen, I was sat on the kitchen ledge at one point with Callum, and we're looking at each other going... And he's screaming Broadway songs in someone's ear, and they're crying, and then someone else is being sick. It's just like... What am I doing in this house?
You did seem to be able to at times. I know you kind of had a couple of little run-ins with him, but you did seem to be able to tolerate him. You tolerated him, you know, quite well compared to some of the others.
One-on-one, I will give him this. One-on-one, he's fine. But you see the games that he does tend to play. The minute Katie Price came in, it was the angelic Perez.
Yeah.
And, of course, she wasn't really buying that. And then, without Nadia, he's been a different person. Totally, but he still had his breakdown.
In a positive or negative?
Just in a more loony-toony, weirdo way.
OK, enough about Perez. Let's talk about Keith.
Yes.
Because you did have a run-in with him as well.
Yes.
And the thing with Keith is everyone's calling him Switzerland in the house,
Right
saying
now,
that he's
yeah.
sitting on the fence. But we haven't seen you really get off the fence, or Callum, to a certain extent.
Yeah, but that's...
So why is it OK for you two, but not Keith?
But that's what you've seen. There has been times when we've sat off the fence.
But there has been time when Keith's got off the fence.
Yes, there has. But you have to remember, I'd had copious amounts of the devil's juice that night, and I was egged on up to the diary, drink, drink, drink. And then I came back and poor Keith got it, but we did solve it the next day.
No, I mean, aside from the thing with Keith,
right.
you know, just generally with it, when there was conflict, we did see a lot of, you know, there'd maybe be one, well, I think you're right, or I don't agree with that, and then walking away to kind of avoid getting in the middle of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is more the point, I think.
Sure.
That Keith kind of got the blame for it,
Sure.
where other people were doing it but didn't
did.
get the blame for it.
I think with Keith, because he's been quite constantly OK and happy, that sometimes you think, is this really you? Are you really this happy all the time? But actually, he is. That's just Cheggers.
And,
That's just who he is.
How was it after that whole run-in with him? I know you said it was
well,
the
I
devil's
woke
juice.
up with eyeliner on and a horrible Hawaiian shirt and said, oh no, what happened? And I had to be told by Nadia. And I just took him to one side and apologised, and he was absolutely fine about it, thank God. But I felt terrible.
We don't have much time with you tonight because it's a double eviction.
It's double.
Another one's coming out.
Okay.
But thank you.
Thank you.
I've loved your floral shirts.
You like the floral shirt?
Yeah,
I know,
they've been
I've got one
very
on tonight as well.